перекурю и обдумаю, что мне нужно выбрать. Революция была полезна или необходима, либо дегенеративные мародеры. Да, скорее всего, мародеры. Не сказал бы, что мне это нравится. Но, наверное, вот так.
The revolution came to Ravachol from Grad in Zara's ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness, a prion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with hope. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia, a hereditary prion condition passed from the Khoico to the Occidentals. But not sexually. Enough of Tibet mediocrity. Tips CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me. Lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Seminese man. Only possible if the mother is masked and the father Seminese. The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to aggressive El Mariachi.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Simino Koiki Chimera? It is the Koiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. Racial scientists have toyed with the idea of crossing the Simonis with the Koiko to produce a super worker, but this will never happen. The Simonis and the Koiko may have similar interbreeding problems as the mosquito. We will never know precisely. No Simonese man could maintain an erection in the suffocating potato stench of a koi, but enough. It is cruel to entertain ourselves with the deformities of Type F. Were there any able-bodied races you needed education on? You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it. You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then return to me. This clarity does not come instantly.
Интернализировать. Ух ты.
I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease?
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Stop showing me your pathetic cup.
He had nothing to do with it.
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
Welcome to River Show. You hear him yell at a redhead woman visiting the fritter nearby. He must think redheads are immigrants.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt. Silence betrays your inferiority. You do not have a reply. You should enter a deep race slumber. Perhaps in 4,000 years there is need for a servile homunculus. Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront international capital. Something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Of course you are, Revacholian man. The failure of communism to challenge the world order is the core of your race's fate. Or, above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music? Stop explaining yourself. No one cares about your beliefs. The conversation has moved on. Tell me, what degenerate subculture has made you dress in this shameful way?
Блять.
Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
Measurehead stoically looks to the distance, in silence.
Чудно. Нихуя непонятно, но очень интересно.
Yes? Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
I guess you don't need glasses. That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity, and a
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
I can see you're disappointed. You are right to be. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents. I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular, garden variety Ravacholière. No.
The lieutenant nods.
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
Haha.
I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think...
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook. We all have our different mediums. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
Понятно.
Good. Let's change the subject. What do you want to know? Good.
Понятно. Нихуя непонятно валим. Да, наверное, стоит взять пакетик, а то вдруг кто-то там мусор разбросал, а я, блядь, мимо пройду. Вообще непорядок будет. Хотя в одной руке ломик, в другой руке пакетик. По-моему, план капкан. И черпяточки. Все, душевно. Да, блядь, это во мне это. Понятнее нихуя не стало. Конечно, блядь, с этим по-хорошему бы ему ебануть, блядь, монтажкой, но он больно здоровый, я чувствую, блядь, ждет меня не успех нихуя. Так. Просто что мы могем? Пойдем дальше исследовать мир, значит. С пакетиком в руках.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippine kings." As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd indentations on the king's chest piece. What did he do? You have no idea what you did.
92% шанс, ребята. 92. Да, блять, сегодня мне в покер не играть.
High above you, the king stands triumphantly oblivious. Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass. Around, someone shot him in the heart. Interesting.
Okay, I can't see it, but I take your word for it. Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated, so maybe a joke? Target practice or a political statement? Why not? What this shows us is guns aren't too uncommon here, and people still shoot them, sometimes at kings.
The king stands high above you, surveying the bay.
Заебись. Наверняка из моего пистолета, блядь. Ты чё, блядь, наркоман? Сюда подойди. Белая майка, грубая сила. Рубашка чем мне дает? Минус внушение, плюс концептуализацию. А белая майка дает грубой силы. Я, короче, буду шмотки, что ли, тут? Допустим, так. Буду в маечке бегать, как дебил. Бабло.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone. Why? I just told you why.
Ну хуй знает. Я пощелкал, ну ладно. Туда пройти-то можно вообще, нет? Нет. Понятно, нихуя тут нет. Ну что ж. С каждым разом все хуже. Чел, здорово.
Looking for something?
Да, что-то как-то...
I can't believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime just a few days ago.
Понятно, чудно, весело, здорово, прекрасно. Все? Здесь больше идти некуда? Это все.
The dented yellow mailbox greets you.
Да, блять, тупичок. Шаримся по мусоркам. Мы это умеем, мы это найдем.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
There is no reply. Just faint, sweeping sound.
Нихуя себе.
Look at me when I'm talking to you.
Так, а у меня что? Куртка, полицейская волна. Внушение +1. Ебать я моряк, нахуй.
Hey, up here, piggo. The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
Ух ты! По улице вновь побегут красные реки. А, вот кто мой пестоль купил.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C. And here I was trying to be polite. Just can't win with you pigs.
The lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief. Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her. On a first-name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world. pig's not half as dumb as he looks. Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Yeah? Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me.
She means the opposite.
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative...
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko. Watch your back, ungulate. You've got...
Чудно.
A sturdy metal door guards.
Нихуя, блядь, себе. Простите. Да, блядь, а чё? Чё?
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Да. Слишком сложно.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been...
Not looking for any trouble, officer. There's no trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered voice. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Is it really that important? All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Знакомо что-то.
That's definitely not his real name.
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice? I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
A downy blanket of white to cover up the miserable poverty of the scene.
You didn't answer the question. What were you...
I had a friend over. It was my Sunday friend.
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the dull and darkening sky, the neighboring windows stand silent.
Пиздец, блядь.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and beg him. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet like a dog.
Пиздец, нахуй, блядь. The fuck? Чё за хуйня?
No, for God's sake, I don't want you to cry. Listen, I really have to go. Good luck with the investigation.
Заебись. Чтоб ты пулю схлопотал.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Let's go check out the door near the pier again. Once we found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
Ага. План, конечно, хорош.
A stone, like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. Maybe there's something under it. There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
This must be for the front door. Pity it doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has hundreds of apartments. We'll just have to go in and see.
Чудно. Охуенно. Вдруг внезапно. Окей. Пойдем соберем мусор в хате. Логика +1, авторитет -1. Сука. Давай, усилим логику до нельзя, блядь. Авторитет, ну понятно, все понятно. Я хуй знает, я оделся как дебил. Хожу с монтажкой, блядь. Так, там написано балконы. Заебись, ладно. Ямы шастать, блядь. Ну, как в общаге. +1 физиология, -1 боевой дух. Заебись. Сейчас нажремся нахуй. Обнесли хату. Идем дальше. Будем светить фонариком в ебальник.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. No reply.
Не, конечно, охуенный пацан. Нам точно сюда? Я, конечно, болторез достать как нехуй нахуй. Это дважды уговаривать не нужно. С точки зрения этого самого.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11.
Проникновение со взломом. Блять, да, тут в жизни не поиграешь. В жизни я бы так не делал.
The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with...
After you, detective.
И этот, блять, не против. Коммунизм, хули. Говорящая голова, что ли? Это, наверное, комната этого старичка. Опаньки. Там кто-то очухался. Ким, а как ты туда попал, блядь? Не, мне просто интересно. Что ты там делал?
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle
Краса Мазова?
with impressive sideburns.
Карла Маркса, может быть.
Reads Kraz Mazov.
Карл Маркс. Красмазов.
The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
А, это ее хата девочки. Маленькая девочка со взглядом марксистки. Непопулярна на вписке. Алло. В чем вы сейчас все тут? Ух ты. Открыт Кабуги-стрит. Бомжовая шатка, конечно, очень здорово, но не интересует. Полицейская волна. Мне две рубашки. Ага. -1 внушение, это просто концептуализация. А у меня тут, блять, про грубую силу как бы нахуй. Ебать, какой... Ладно, все понял. Ничего не понял. Двигаемся дальше. Собираем бабло. ебашим фонариком в глаза.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis. I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me. Now, what do you want from me?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
I'm no one. Just an old woman who... If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the cold room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show.
What's he in trouble for? Talk?
What was so funny about that?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. It's usually open.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Ask away, policeman. Oh, that one is a scientist, a future scholar. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall.
Звезду с рогами — это символ коммунизма?
That's what I said.
The lieutenant shakes his head, as though to say, let it go.
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Я себе, блядь. Деньги в холодильнике хранят, молодцы. Так, я вроде тут... Ну, выход, он и в Африке выход.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
Хорошо, когда есть причина действовать, но с причинами тут туго. Сюда даже нельзя. Итак, у нас 2 выхода на балкон, да? Богатеем, сука, с каждой секундой. Бабу разбрасывают. Ага. А чё, не пройти? Чё, серьезно? А, даже так. Даже так. Ну ладно. А чё это у меня тут звездочка нарисована?
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
Я вряд ли успею. Я, блядь, спешащий, ебать мой хуй.
The smoker on the balcony. This is why we're here, right? He might know something.
Don't worry. It's mostly all still here. You can remember things. You got this.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry. You'll get him. Remember, tomorrow. He's probably gone for today.
Пиздец, ну ладно, хуй с вами. Почему? Непонятно, но... Как скажете. Я так понял, меня заставляют спать. Во что бы то ни спало... Спала. Во что бы то ни стало, даже если не захочу. Обносим хаты за недорого. Я думаю, там можно пройти.
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are. Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil. Red-dyed heavy fuel oil is only used in government vehicles, or at least that's the idea.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
Блять.
Something to think about next time you're driving around in your pretty little piggy carriage.
Охуеть, я богатею, нахуй. Так и долг скоро отдать можно. Че у меня-то за штанишки? Эквилибристика? Спрашивается... Нахуя мне электрохимия? Что такое эквилибристика? А-а-а. Понятно. Да электрохимию нахуй. А, блять. Что то, что это? Это эквилибристику -1 делает, а это скорость реакции. Да, выбор невелик.
The pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool, calm, and collected as your hand enters the pocket. Hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper. It reminds you of the fruity juice of apricots. You should inspect it closer if you have time. By the way, the raw materials were most likely exported from Seaguy, the apricot suzerainty, and processed in sur-le-clay into the apricot-flavored chewing gum, loved by... A crinkled chewing gum wrapper. The worn label reads, Tutti Frutti. It smells faintly of apricots, with a bit... You feel compelled to point out that there's nothing fruity about cinnamon. It's a spice derived from tree bark. Can a used wrapper shrug? Seems like that's what the wrapper is doing somehow. This is not about flowers or bark. What is this about? Why are you looking at this wrapper? Good question. There is no answer or secret phrase written on the inside of the... Drawn by regret. Stop before you hurt yourself with a Tutti Frutti wrapper. Throw it away, please. You carefully fold the wrapper into a square before putting it back into your pocket, lovingly even.
Ебать. Я где-то еще патрон нашел. А, ну одна штука, отлично. А, бутылка. А, и с фонариком ходил. Болторезом. Чёткий я пацан. Весь мусор пропустил, все бутылки нахуй. Ну так и есть. Лох.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural? Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Yes, I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens. It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all. Does anyone in a city like this? Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it?
Да.
Ruination has come. The broken arches betray the once grand history of this building. It towered over the harbor until it happened. A great force from the northeast fired into the city. Heavy artillery shelled the coastline. The tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the shelling until it was destroyed, and they had a direct firing line. The waves of the Martinez Inlet rolled over the fallen remains of the building. What didn't fall into the ocean was used as scrap. What wasn't used as scrap, those arches acted as support for something greater than what you see. Only 3 stories stand where 9 to 12 once did. Restoration has failed. What the shelling took out was never rebuilt. A fleet, the combined armies of Occident and Grad, with Mesk volunteers, they massed airships further down in the Bay of Revachol. The artillery was so powerful. The ship, many are still there to this day. If you squint, you can just barely see the shadow on the water. Coalition warship Archer can shoot 50 shells a minute on 20 co-aligned archers. They will reach the city in 58.
The coalition. But that was a long time ago. I think we should move on. It's chilly up here.
Бутылки оставлял? Нет, все.
Give me a moment.
Туда не попасть. Не отсюда. А что если выйти через другой вход? Тем самым открыв там дверь. А что там возникает-то вечно?
that isn't just a five-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers. The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, to symbolize the toppling of the old order. Also, some social democrats were already using it. The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time above it. Because white is the color of peace.
Чё, блядь? Коммунисты, мир, рога, что, блядь, с природой? Блядь, какие-то у вас интересные коммунисты, совсем не такие, как у нас.
Nothing at all yet. Right now, it's just meaningless.
Заебательски. Мы уебываем. Пойти у той гражданочки выяснить, за что мелкая пиздючка ее ненавидит. А, потому что она богата, логично.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
17%. Могу ли я шмотками себе концептуализацию увеличить?
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Маловато. Может, конечно, рискнуть. Да, в рот компот. Чё, как? А, понятно. Я теряюсь в догадках. На, еще кое-что не делал.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 0051.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Ритм марша ладонями на бедрах.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a lot of time has passed.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
Я с ней не общался.
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really...
Why not?
Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now. No, not me. No, sorry, I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the court. No one calls the police. The Union would get angry. You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here. I don't know what to tell you, officer. I didn't call you because I didn't want to get in trouble with the others. With the Union. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, go on. Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law.
This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to have been important to you in the past. Don't go there again.
You told me back in the whirling. You told everybody, and so does your badge. I don't need to hear about it anymore. Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? Yes, you absolutely should. It's awful that you lost it.
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and... you were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes.
Oh, those again. I have been trying to wean you off them. You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and pretend to shoot your brains out, off of that. I remember this. You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall, painting them red. I won't be seeing it, 'cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains." Very nice visuals there.
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns.
Деньги за пушки не купишь. А вот пушки за деньги вполне. Ну.
It almost looked like you pawned it, but believe me, I did not ask. Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on, the disco things.
Понятно.
Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir, clogging it completely. After I had I am sorry about that. Anything else, detective?
Охуенно.
I do hope so. Please don't call me again. Bye.
Ну, 42% шанс. Можно попробовать.
No, she doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else she's angry about. Some other guy. Like God.
Блять, в тебе дело.
Trust me, you wouldn't want to be the guy here. You know how it is. Yak, yak, nag, nag.
Сука.
No, you're the guy. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out, lest she turns into a
Ебать.
spinster. What misogyny? I'm just telling things the way they are. Can't a man be honest in his own head anymore?
Ебать тебе в голове чушь.
You have to act, Lieutenant Love. You have to calm that hysteric down. Tell it you've got everything under control. Then go and have a little boys' talk. Think you can do that, Lieutenant Love?
Охуительный.
You're just a gimp. What? You want to be more empathetic?
Пошел ты нахуй.
Paul was terminated by the other party. Anything else, officer?
Пиздец. Ёбаный пиздец.
Over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. Your fingers waste no time closing around the handle. Clutch disengaged. Release the handle. Clutch drops. Right foot yearns for the familiar touch of the accelerator pedal. You have synced with the machine's mechanical circulation. You feel an uninterrupted connection to the mechanics. After a while, you realize silence is your only answer. Do what you will with it. Of course it's only in your head. Of course it is. But it almost feels as if the clutch handle is gently squeezing back. The handle is pulled back. Somewhere deep inside the drivetrain, the disc is mated to the flywheel again. In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the...
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year. You should take care of that, then. Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the street. We'll figure something out.
Сейчас только. Сгоняю, бутылки сдам.
The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk into the machine.
Блять. Ну, с логикой было все отлично. Ох ты, блядь. Допустим. Все еще дрыхнет.
The worker is in a deep slumber.
Не хочу.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimpled lock. It's painted blue. The door does not budge.
Логично.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those. Oh yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just an awesome, boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Yes, have you got it?
Я все лишь чувствую.
Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
I understand your predicament as the manager. However, I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and... I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment. Not until you bring me the money.
Okay, I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
Yes?
Че это нахуй?
The door is closed.
А, даже так. Че, залезть через окно? Вот делов-то, блядь. Честный коп, мать твою. Да, блядь, тяжело играть за честного, когда ты уже нечестно поступал. Но при этом... Да, все очень интересно. Ну ладно.
Hello again, sweetie.
Yes?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage. The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges spark.
I confiscated these 4 a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners.
Нормально я на бутылках не собираю. По мусоркам. Ох, нихуя. Блять. Ладно. Это стоит хуйню. Платок лейтенанта тоже загнать. Четкий план. Пустая катушка. Можно, конечно, загнать. Из одежды. А, из одежды ничего загнать нельзя. Охуеть. Охуеть. Угу. Угу. Да.
Greetings on this fine night. What brings you here? The pawn shop is always open.
Может поднять электрохимию себе одеждой. Хуяк. Неважно.
Greetings on this fine night. What brings you here?
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street. A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
How would I know? I've had to take it, you know, since the People's Pile cleanup. I was with the
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities.
The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste, a primitive nuclear reactor, also called a pile. Construction began during the Commune of Revachol. The people continued work on it after the commune fell. Needless to say, things didn't work out. An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up in the explosion. Both the faulty design and lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe.
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized. Tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the art to let it all go to shit with. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick. There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened. And what? So much disappointment. And early deaths. Cancer mostly. No one's. Everyone's.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen? The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died, so I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forberg as I can. still in the same city. I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortice.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
You said you done it before, yeah?
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. Looks like he won't be your knock, but he won't be thrilled about this either.
Окей.
Here you go, man.
Yes, darling. That's the coalition government ordained Parolidon. Straight into your gut.
Of course.
Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump a mesk banger? No matter. I'll give you 200 real.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
Of course, I meant no offense. 200 real for you.
Thank you. Here's the 130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
The rest is for him, to compensate for the pain of being separated from his radiant spin.
Anything else you're thinking of selling? I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Я хуй знает, нахуй мне это все. Но стоит это копьёшки. Я на бутылках больше зарабатываю. Хуй знает, пригодится это мне все говно или нет, ладно.
Another time, perhaps.
Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
А, вот она, блядь. Ну давай. Допустим. А покупать всякой хуйты? Так это что?
Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb. Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words. The antlers on the hood of the man's cloak and his piercing blue eyes are familiar. Smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there. Worn cotton with a side of flea market or trash bin.
Sniffing is okay, but please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy.
It's the man from Hendal.
Walking away from his burning village. Yes. The man from Yelmdale is the hero of a series of popular books. In fact, most people don't think that man from Yelmdale ever really existed.
Hendal isn't a real place.
Neither is the man a real man, of course. But both the man and Yelmdale are an ontological necessity. But hey.
Wow. What?
I mean, even if the man from Yelmdale didn't exist before the adventure novel.
Okay.
You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. All that's required is a more... Besides, I've been to Kotla, though not quite as far north as the Yelmdale, and watched northern lights travel across the sky.
His theory isn't exactly incoherent, but its logic does suggest some unusual neural activity. Interesting.
Too real.
Mm-hmm. Давай.
That's dirt cheap.
But why? Are dealing goods, not services.
+1 грубая сила, +1 трепет, -2 авторитет. Интересная футболка. Угу. Задворяла. Блять. Авторитет -2. Ну ладно, хуй с ним беру.
Welcome to Yelmdale.
Что еще есть? Давай, блять, купим ломбард нахуй. Бесполезными вещами.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on...
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
Я не знаю, зачем я это делаю. Просто у меня есть лишние деньги, как говорится, да?
The boomboxes wait on the
А вот
shelves,
за 12,
and
блядь,
your boombox, that gold and amber Harmon Wowshi, stares at you longingly with its tape-reel eyes.
ебись на
And
конем.
here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything.
You see rows of toy soldiers. typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. This would make quite a statement in your living room.
Yes, officer. As you see, it's...
His manner is casual, but his speech is careful, measured. He wants you to know that he has nothing to hide.
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
$700 real.
Ох,
A bargain,
нихуя.
I dare say. The light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation, large or small, has a price tag.
The light has been removed and rewired. That's 2 transformations. But what about the third?
The most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
Okay, that checks out.
Понятно. Все, нахуй. Уходим, блядь. Ебать, я набрал говна. Ну ладно. Мне интересно, часто хватает?
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Давай попробуем.
Because this is no ordinary wall. It is sublime. Look at it. The shadows, the colors. All the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this, the uncontested pinnacle of wallcraft, color peeled from the very face of God.
Чё, блядь? Вот это наркомания пошла.
Oh, wall father.
Ты больной, блядь,
Your
нет?
loss. Farewell, wall at the end of the world, draped in
Все, понял я. Ебись на конем, я что, сумасшедший совсем? Ты понимаешь, что там, блядь, стадия алкоголизма? Но не до такой же степени, прости господи. Это же наркомания какая-то. Мне не нравится этот забор, блядь. Че Что он хочет сказать?
The tracks are as they have ever been. A
А,
bit more worn, perhaps. Fortunately, the streets...
Ладно, пошли. Я оставил бабла.
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? A lot. A lot. For the room, drinks, and broken window, 130 real. Well? Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow. I'll unlock the electronic lock to your room. All the doors lock automatically at 9 p.m. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
Ох, нихуя!
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it. The living shit. Your mesolimbic reward pathway does not mince words. Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker. Especially when you look at that juicy, succulent son. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all. Good. Thinking about yummy cigarettes in your mouth is
Ах
the
ты, сука, мразь.
next best thing. Make sure you think about juicy sticks, and when you're done thinking about them, graduate to getting them.
Да, хуёво, когда столько голосов в башке.
Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
Я знаю, где сигарет достать, но, блядь. Ну, в принципе, можно выполнить это задание. Потом.
Yes?
Со мной, что ли, пойдешь? Ну, хуй на тебе.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Труп-то мы не сняли нихуя.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically. I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
I apologize, but I only brought one with me. I have exactly one cigarette every night while going over my notes. Yes, it's been a long and eventful day. Well, you were so hungover that you couldn't keep it down when we approached the hanged man. But we performed a thorough search of the premises of the crime scene. That's great. We're both doing our best under the circumstances. Just don't drink tonight, please. As for the interview, we weren't able to find the union leader, Evrard Claire, much less interview him. So that's on the to-do list for tomorrow. We talked to Joyce Messier, but didn't get any information from her. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us.
If Kim is emphasizing something this much, it really must be important.
Joyce Messier.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
Сука.
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange. They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Rebachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule. Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone indirectly, it's preferable to serve a station closely. It prevents confusion and overcrowding. You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up. We are permitted to use whatever force we deem necessary, even lethal. Yes. The last time was 4 years ago.
He has internalized it well. It's just that. A fact. A self-contained past event.
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them. The coalition government, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM. Be sentimental if you like. Either way, the Moralinton leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
Or if they think you do.
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed. Okay. There are a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the... What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want.
Something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory. Something even a little feminine, but in a strict manner. Something like the dark blue, serious color of the early night sky above.
Ебать там, блядь.
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is truth. The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen. Do you? In fact, we would need them even if you didn't think that way. We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes.
Нихуя, блядь, не понимаю. Ебать тут терминов нахуярили, блядь.
Spoken like a revolutionary, not a cop. But hypothetical aside, in Martinez we already are vigilantes. At least the Union thinks so. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like an aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below. Kitsuragi's glasses light up as he looks to the sky.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different in land, in Jamrock and the GRIH. It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our two precincts. We run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate. Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
He is very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type.
Капотип.
Guess. Yes, sorry, cop. The cop who's serviced. Let's make it official then, shall we? Oh, you know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, Liquid Shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go. What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything.
Да мне похуй.
No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance. Wow. Okay. Fuck off. Maybe we were wrong about you then.
Может быть. Суки. Психокопов составляет сама, блядь. Составляют. Молодцы. Да, и тебе хуй. Нажраться и, блядь, играть в эту игру. Пока. Дверь закрой. Ну чё ты, блядь, как не человек, нахуй. Ну, учитывая, что, блядь, с пакетом мусор собираю.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind. You see some lights.
Блядь, а заделать нет?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Секунду. Давай, у меня с техникой, по-моему, больше шансов. Одежда. Техника. Что-нибудь не технику уменьшает. Логика, авторитет. Ну, видимо, нет. Ничего такого. Это что? А, пирлидон. Ну чудно.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Болторезом. Точно. Ну не кроме болтореза.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with it. The faucet is quite terribly mangled, but you just might be able to you handle the chain cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. The faucet regains a recognized. Told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it.
Электрохимия. Что там было сказано? Простите.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
Попытаться
It's
остановить
barely
процесс
covered in steam
формирования
anymore.
гримасы.
It's your face in the mirror, adorned with the...
Ну окей. Что могу, как
A mirror
говорится.
hangs on the bathroom wall.
Не, мало.
It's barely covered in steam anymore. It's your face in the mirror, adorned with the expression. It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary...
И одна. Хуй с ним. Как говорится, не очень-то и хотелось. Ну-ка.
The fan stands still. The switch must be broken. The lights are on. The lights. The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's you. The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes.
Охуеть.
And then sleep doesn't. And then sleep doesn't come. Maybe it's the bed's fault. Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillow smells of alcohol and sweat and grease. It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here. It's a bit tense in the muscles. Relax. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it? Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start.
Ебись на конем. Сейчас бы во сне погулять. Ладно, на этом закончим.